Ladies and gentlemen, I just did a song with my system called All That I Need, and that was me reflecting on my life. I've been up, I've been down, I've had little, I've had more than enough. I have told people there were times that I literally went from being worth a couple of $100,000 to not being worth anything at all. I literally gave away everything on so many occasions only to start all over new again. Every single time, just to prove to myself I could do it. I'm not doing it no more. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of proving to myself that I can start from nothing to attain everything I had before. It is possible for all of you. The idea is you have to set the goal, and you can't set a goal too high for yourself. You start it slow. Okay, your job is to, okay, let's say this week to earn 10 extra dollars. Well, how do you do that? Well, you cut back on whatever it is that you're not supposed to be spending, that you're wasting. You see, we all spend money on things we don't need. Well, that's how you first start earning money, is by not spending it on junk. Look, the other day I was hungry, so we tried to go to Carl's Jr., but the Carl's Jr. I went to didn't have their so-called not meat burger or whatever it's called, whatever they call that burger. I don't eat meat, and so they didn't have it. So the person who was with me said, "You want some fries?" I'm like, "No, I don't want fries." And I wasn't angry or anything. I just, no, I don't want any fries. And he got himself something to eat. And then I said, okay, I'll get something from some other place because we had some other things to take care of in town. So there was a Jack in the Box. I mean, Crack in the Box. I mean, Jack in, you know what I mean. Anyway, I went to that place. I used to love Jack in the Box. Ladies and gentlemen, used to love Jack in the Box. Used to love their food and everything, but their food tastes nasty. I used to eat that taco that they had. Man, I would eat that junk like crazy. It would fill me up. It wasn't meat, but it was something. So I went and got me two of their breakfast jacks without the ham. That junk was so nasty. It was so plain. The eggs had no flavor. Lord have mercy. And I added ketchup to the junk. And it still was horrible. I don't do fast food. I won't be doing that again. And yeah, Jack in the Box, I'm talking about you and your horrible food. The bread was horrible. The egg was horrible. The cheese was horrible. The thing was horrible. And it wasn't nothing about that Jack in the Box. They cook the food the same way, but it's Jack in the Box with their cheap ingredients. Burger King has done the same thing. Anyway, they don't get my business anymore. I don't care for them. And there's nothing they can do about it. Okay? Like I said, I used to go there all the time. Their food used to be decent. It's not decent anymore. I don't do a lot of fast food. But when I do, man, I want to enjoy the junk, especially if I'm going to be spending $8 for two breakfast jacks that used to cost me $1 a couple of years ago. Now it's costing me $4. You talk about inflation. Ladies and gentlemen, in California, they brought minimum wage to $15 per hour, and now even more in some cases. So the restaurants have to raise their prices in order to compensate for that. We knew that was coming. So a lot of restaurants are going to be going to automated service. That's the way they push in automated services. So by raising the minimum wage, it is not going to drive them for automated service. This was what they were planning. Why do you think the fires are? The 15-minute cities. Yes, yes, we know about that, but you guys got to see the grand plan. You got to see how it all started. It didn't start with the fires. The fire was only part of the plan. When they raised the wages, we were already telling you about the automated facilities. They were already showing you the ordering on the touchscreen. Now they don't need cashiers anymore. And now like in China, the machine will cook your food. You don't have to worry about no blood-borne disease or anything like that. And now they don't have to pay any labor costs. They just have to pay for the rental of the machine. Ta-da! Look at how much money they'll save. And they're still going to charge the exact same price. Remember, the raising of the prices was because of the labor costs. Well, now they don't have to pay for that labor, but they're still going to raise the price. Anyway, I have all that I need. I don't need anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, there were a couple of things around here that I need, and I talked to one of my neighbors, and he is going to help me by selling me the stuff that he has on his property that he has extra of what I need. I don't have to go buy it new because if I buy it new, it's going to cost me $5,000, $10,000 for this equipment. He's going to sell it to me for a couple of hundred to 104. I mean, 1,000, 1,400, 1,000, 1,400, 1,400. I'm tired. Just understand I'm tired. It's 6:20. Been up for 13 hours, and so it's time for me to go and call it a night. It's 87 degrees in here. It's about 37 outside. I decided I was going to be comfortable. I went and got enough propane to take care of my heat, and I decided I was going to be comfortable. Normally, I'd be sitting in here with a jacket on, and it'd be 55 degrees, and I could handle that. I like the cold weather, but I don't like being cold. And so I said, no, I'm going to be comfortable tonight. And so I have everything I need. I don't need what Tommy has. I don't need what Michael has. I don't need what Jane has. I don't need what Jan has. They can all have what they have. I'm not trying to compete with them. I'm not trying to compete with you. What I wanted to say, the reason why I did this particular video is to let you guys know some people appreciate me. Some people think of me as a so-called celebrity. I'm not nobody's celebrity. I know, you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not. I'm just a man. I go to the restroom and sit down on that piece of commode the same way the rest of you do. No, no, no. You really want to put somebody in perspective, look at them and imagine them sitting on the toilet. And there you go. Now you get to see them for who they are. I'm just a man. You're just a woman. You're just a man. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. None of us are greater than the other. I'm only worried about everyone else. I'm not concerned about being everyone else. I don't want to be in your shoes. I don't want to have your knowledge. I don't want to have your life. That's yours. The only person who can live your life is you. I can't live your life. Your life was designed for you. My life was designed for me. And if you don't understand everything I've gone through in my life, trust me, I don't believe in fate or anything like that or predestination. But just understand, I know for a fact that I had to go through every single thing I went through. There are some things I promise you I did my hardest to avoid. I tried as hard as I could to avoid, and it's to the point now I forget it. I'm not trying to avoid it no more. I know what's in store for me because I've been shown what's in store for me. That's why I'm a true believer. Why? Because I tried to fight going to New York when I knew I had to go back east. I told you, the Greyhound bus, you can go look up the records. 2 Greyhound buses on the same trip within 3 hours of each other. Transmissions explode on the freeway. And when I say explode, I'm not talking about the transmission, the bus just had to pull. No, I'm talking about you could see pieces all over the freeway and the so-called gray smoke everywhere. 2 in a row. Because I was going to go north as opposed to going east when I was told I had better go east by the powers that be. Okay? The God that I serve. I was told I had to go east, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave. I had to leave my friends. Didn't want to do that. And let's just say 2 buses and that third bus, transmission had some problems, but they made it to the station. Okay? I tried to fight it. That was one. You have no idea. That was one incident. I tried to avoid having the idiots come to my place in Phoenix. Not at Phoenix, in Puerto Rico. I told you I was out to lunch. Well, it was dinner. I took a family out to dinner. They were my neighbors. We went out to dinner. And while we're eating dinner, we get a call. Hey, police are at your house. Okay. And they said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going home. Ladies and gentlemen, I blew the engine out. I had already blown the engine out in one car that day. And pay attention. I don't believe in coincidences. And then I blew the engine out in the second car. What are the chances? 2 cars that you own and both engines blow on the same day and neither one of the cars have problems with their engines? Yeah, I lost 2 cars that day. Just trying to get home because I was expecting Not because I had done something wrong, but because I had known in advance that was going to happen. I had known in advance. I had told people it was going to happen. I had done videos saying that that was eventually going to happen. Didn't know how it was going to happen, when it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen because I had already been told in 2004 that's what I was headed for. So that's why I said, okay, it's time. And I went. And then the last time, I told there was a young lady who I was trying to help save her house. She had a $1.4 million house. And I was there trying to save her house. And there were a bunch of things trying to interfere. And the understanding, because that's all it is, an understanding. When they knock, open. Just that simple. When they knock, open. I had just taken a shower, and the understanding was when they knock, open. And 25 minutes later, I'm on the computer doing something, and they knock on the door. So I open. That was 2018. One more time, that will happen. So let me explain to you again. No, I don't need your opinions of this. I've already experienced it. For over 23 years, I've experienced this. I cannot fight this. I'm not trying to fight it. I refuse to fight it anymore. I understand this is my life. I understand that I have to do what I'm required to do. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you the truth because I've mentioned it before. I asked my God when I was speaking to him after he decided to choose me for this purpose if I could help you all. Go back and look at the last 25 years of my life and see if I have not dedicated it and devoted it to helping you all. Go ahead. I dare anybody to say that I haven't tried to help everybody else out. I know there are some of you who think that I'm supposed to help you individually and to take care of your problems. And yeah, you can be out of your mind today, tomorrow, and next week because I don't care. Because I didn't ask for that. I said you all, not one of you, but all of you. And that's why I'm putting out the information I'm putting out. And again, hold on now. He's the one allowing me to put this information out. I can only put out what he allows. Just like I told the guy today, he called me up for a pre-consult because, look, with me, the people, they get a consult. But before the consult, I have to find out what they want to consult about. So they call me for a pre-consult. Some pre-consults last an hour and a half. Some pre-consults last 3 or 4 conversations. Okay? That doesn't count against the actual consult. Okay? That's just the way it is. But a guy told me something and working on his particular mortgage. And I can't tell it to you guys first until we talk about it. But I have an angle to take care of all of this fraud dealing with these houses to prove that you don't owe anything and to prove that the bank knows you don't owe anything, to prove that there's an agreement in place that the bank knows about and you know about, and it's obvious and nobody can say anything about it. We'll talk about it. I can't talk to you about it now because I told him, because the conversation with him helped me to realize this, that he will get that information first. And then I will tell it to the rest of you guys. See, that's how it works. I told him if I had not been talking with him, I'd not been thinking along that line, and I wouldn't have come up with that the way I came up with it. So now it's his conversation. Do you feel me? All right. Look, 15 minutes, that's too long. 14 minutes, we got to let you guys go. Look, I have all that I need. Go take a listen to the song, listen to the words, and see if you can relate. Because I just wrote it because that was my experience. And it wasn't my experience all the time, every time, but it was my experience. Here today, gone tomorrow. Whatever you have, you can't hold on to it no matter how hard you try. That's why I didn't mind letting stuff go. When there was a fire near my house, I had already decided I'm not saving nothing. I'm not going to break my neck trying to save something. I'd already started from scratch before, so I'll do it again, is what I said. I grabbed my dogs, was able to pull 2 vehicles away because I was in a lot of pain. My foot was in a lot of pain, and I could barely walk, and I didn't have anybody here to help me. And I had a neighbor who said he was coming to help me, and he didn't. Now, okay, he had his wife and his property that he was worried about, but he didn't even call me to tell me, look, I can't come there because the fire is closer to me than it is to you. Although the fire never reached his house, it got close to my house. Never reached his house, but it did get close to my house, right to the corner. Okay, literally, and stopped. So I understand the fire thing. I don't understand it completely because I've never lost everything to a fire except for in New Mexico. But I had the funds to redo everything. Okay, I'm sorry for the people in Los Angeles County. That's not Los Angeles, everybody. Those are suburbs of Los Angeles County. They're telling you guys that Pacific Palisades is Los Angeles. No, it is not. It's Los Angeles County. It is not the city of Los Angeles. It's not where Watts is. Okay? Inglewood is a suburb. Watts, a suburb of Los Angeles. Compton. Compton's in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a suburb. Long Beach, a suburb of Los Angeles. It's not LA City. Those are suburbs. You all have the burbs in your area. So stop letting the media mislead you into believing that that's Los Angeles. It's Los Angeles County. And yes, if you don't believe that that's all scripted, I don't know what to tell you. Even the interviews, I mean, they're showing Gavin Newsom and his stupidity admitting all of this stuff in his words as he's explaining it because they're dumb. All politicians are stupid. Don't take my word for it. Listen to them. Listen to how many stupid words come out of their mouths. But y'all voted for them. They're your people. Anyway, all right, got to let you guys go. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me talk about all that I need and all that I have and the fact that I am just a man. Imagine that. Oh, look at that. All the people leaving now because he said he's just a man. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh, look, there's one more viewer. Oh, that viewer's gone too. Oh, I'm all alone again. Have a good day, everybody. Arrivederci.